Namaste children, how are you? I hope that you are all fine. Okay. Today we are going to start a new topic about plants. That is, up to second unit we completed already and I have given the notes also, isn't it? Now today we are going to start the unit 3, that is about plants. Okay. As we all know that plants are the primary producers of food, that you have learnt in lower classes itself. Plants are the primary producers of food. Without plants we can't get food, isn't it? Without plants we can't live, isn't it? Without food we can't live. So plants are the primary producers of food. So without plants we can't live, isn't it? So plants are useful in number of ways. Plants it is helpful to us, and plants produce their own food. Plant தான் நமக்கு ஃபுட் ப்ரொடியூஸ் பண்ணி தருது. ஆனால் பிளான்ட்ஸுக்கு பிளான்ட் அதனுடைய ஃபுட்டை அதே ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணுது, தெரியுதா? At the same time they are used as food by men and animals. Yes, we are depending upon plants for food and animals also depending upon plants for food. Then plants are not only used as food but also as medicine also, isn't it? Suppose we are suffering from cough, we are taking that tulasi, then karpuravalli, like that. So it is it cures many diseases also. Neem, mint, there are so many plants which gives medical care also. Then next one, almost all parts of the plants are useful to us as a natural resource. They are beautiful and pleasing to our eyes. அப்பா செடியெல்லாம் நிறைய இருக்கிறத பார்த்தாவே நம்ம ஐஸுக்கு எப்படி இருக்கும், நல்லா இட் இஸ் ப்ளீசிங் அண்ட் பியூட்டிஃபுல். ப்ளீசிங் என்ன, கண்ணுக்கு நல்லா குளிர்ச்சியாகவும் அழகாகவும் தோற்றம் தருது, இல்லையா? தே ரிலீஸ் ஆக்சிஜன் which is essential for our life survival, இல்லையா? Due to the process, that is by the process of photosynthesis, they are releasing oxygen, isn't it? Plants taking carbon dioxide and it releases oxygen, which is essential for our life. Then next one, some plants grow in our surroundings naturally and some are grown by us. Yes. Then next one, we need to know about plants that are useful to us in many ways. Now we are in this lesson we are going to learn about the parts of the flower and the life cycle of the flowering plants and pollination, about pollination and its types. Then different types of soils and how the honeybee, earthworm, dragonfly are useful to the farmers. First of all, we learned about the reproduction in plants. First of all, we are going to learn about the reproduction in plants. Animals and humans are reproducing, isn't it? Likewise, plants also reproduce. Now, reproduction is the process by which new individuals of the same species are produced, isn't it? Both plants and animals reproduce. The flowers perform the functions of reproduction in plants. Without flowers, there is no reproduction will be not there in plants, because because of the flowers, the fruits may be produced, and in that fruit seeds will be there, and with that seed we are producing new plants. We are reproducing new plants, isn't it? In reproduction, they are sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction.
Write any 5 benefits using modular programming.
Sexual and asexual reproduction. Now sexual reproduction means that is the plant grown from the seed. Clearly, you understand clearly. Sexual reproduction means plants grown from the seed. Then asexual reproduction means the plant grown from the root, stem, like that, leaves, like that the plants may grow. So it is called asexual reproduction. The plants that are grown from the root, stem, leaf, that plants are that is called asexual reproduction, and the plants that are grown from the seed are called sexual reproduction. Okay, then take book page number 84. 84. That is, now we are going to see about the flower. Flower. First of all, you see this. This is a flower. Listen. This colored petals. These colored petals are these called petals. They are different plants. Produce different colors of flowers, isn't it? There are so many colors of flowers. These are attractive. இல்லையா? இந்த எதெல்லாம் ரொம்ப அட்ராக்டிவா இருக்கு இல்லையா? இந்த attractive part இருக்கு இல்லையா? These are called petals. These are called petals. Now, அந்த பெட்டல்ஸ்க்குலாம் அந்த கீழே பாருங்க காம்பு இருக்கு இல்லையா? இந்த பூவுக்கு வந்து ஒரு பிடிச்ச மாதிரி இருக்கும். இங்க green color பாருங்க, இந்த ஃப்ளவர்லயும் green color. Then here இதுலயும் பாருங்க green color இருக்கு இல்லையா? இந்த ஃப்ளவருக்கு கீழே green color இருக்கு இல்லையா? அதை தான் வந்து செப்பல்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. அது என்னது? செப்பல். SEPAL செப்பல். Then here you see this one. இந்த இது இருக்கு இல்லையா? This one. This is called style. இது வந்து என்ன சொல்றோம்? Style. This part is called style, and at the top stigma is there. STIGMA stigma, and here the yellow like things is there. No, this is the pollen grains that we will study, and that pollen that is called anther, and the anther is joined to the style with a thin filament. That filament, and this is called filament, and this filament and anther both together we called stamen. Both we called as stamen. This is the male reproductive part of the flower. This is called the male reproductive part. This one is the male reproductive part of the flower, and this stigma. Then this one is style. Then this one petal. This one is sepal. Here the ovary will be present. This style will. This style is attached to the ovary. That ovary is the female reproductive part. That ovary, style, and stigma forms the female reproductive part of the flower. Here the ovary will be there. Inside the ovary, ovules will be there. Okay. Now, this one is called the petals. This one is the petals, and this one is called the style. Here the tiny filament, thinna பாருங்க கோடு கோடா இருக்கு இல்லையா? இதுதான் filament. அந்த filament ஓட edgeல பாருங்க yellow கலர்ல இருக்கு. That one is the anther. Then at last stigma, red colorல பாருங்க குட்டி குட்டியா இருக்கு இல்லையா? That one is stigma. That one is stigma, and here that green color is sepal. இதுதான் வந்து sepal. Then here this in the style இருக்கு இல்லையா? இந்த style வந்து உள்ள attach ஆயிருக்கும் ovary. That ovary, inside that ovary, ovules will be there. Okay. Now, flower is the reproductive part of the plant. Flower is the reproductive part of the plant. Then it is modified shoot. It is a modified shoot. Flowers have 4 important parts. They are sepal. They are sepal, petal. Then androsium. Male reproductive part is called androsium, and gynosium. Gynosium, that the stamen, style, and ovary here. It is called the gynosium. Sepal, petal, androsium, and gynosium. Now first we shall see about sepal. Sepal is the protective covering of the flower. In the early stage. அதாவது பூ வந்து மொட்டா இருக்கிறப்ப அந்த செப்பல்குள்ள தான் அந்த பெட்டல்ஸ் எல்லாம் உள்ள இருக்கும். So it forms a protective covering. Then, and usually it is green in color. Then next petal. About the petals. Petals are colorful and it is attractive. So it attracts the insects. Okay. Then androsium. Androsium is the male reproductive part of the flower. Then it consists, it is here, this one is called the this anther and this thin filament forms the stamen. The stamens are attached here. This one is called the male reproductive part. Then next one is here the pollen grains are produced. This yellow color. Here the pollen grains are produced. Here one sac-like structure is there, and here the pollen grains are produced. This is the male reproductive part of the flower. And the next one is gynosium. Gynosium is the female reproductive part. It is composed of the stigma, style, and ovary. Stigma, style, and ovary. Now it is a female reproductive part of the flower. It has three parts. They are ovary, style, and stigma. Here the ovary will be there. We display that one. We can see that articles. I will show it to you. Now, example, the flowers which contain either androsium or gynosium. Onna androsium அல்லது gynosium இருக்கிற flowers வந்து unisexual flowers னு சொல்றோம். தெரியுதா? unisexual flowers. இப்போ androsiumம் gynosiumம் ஒரே flowerலயே இருக்கிறது வந்து bisexual flowers. ஓகே, ஏதோ ஒன்னு மட்டும் இருந்ததுன்னா அது வந்து unisexual flowers. ரெண்டுமே ஒரே flowerலயே இருந்ததுன்னா அது வந்து bisexual flowers. Okay, now unisexual flowers க்கு example corn, papaya and cucumber. Corn, papaya and cucumber. Bisexual flowers க்கு mustard, rose. These are the examples. Now here you can see in your book that picture is given here, that is flower and its parts is given here. Many of you have this hibiscus flower at your home. You can bisect this flower and you can identify the parts. Okay, you can bisect this flower. Petals, sepals, then this style, androsium, gynosium, ovary, ovule. That white color is the ovary. Inside that ovary, ovules will be there. Okay, you can bisect that one and you can observe that. Then to attract the pollinators, that is, who are the pollinators? Insects. Insects are the pollinators. 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 Insects are the pollinators. To attract the pollinators, plants are bright in color and produce smell in their flowers. சில பூக்கள்ல அதாவது ஸ்மெல் இருக்கும், சில பூக்கள்ல ஸ்மெல் வராது இல்லையா? Then plants which are pollinated by the honeybees and butterflies have sweet scents. honeybees, butterflies எல்லாம் வந்து உட்காருது இல்லையா? அது அந்த ஃப்ளவர்ஸ் எல்லாம் வந்து ரொம்ப ஸ்வீட்டான ஸ்மெல்லா இருக்கும். Then and bigger and petals and have colorful petals. Petals என்ன இதழ் இருக்குல்ல, இதெல்லாம் petals னு சொல்லி சொல்றோம். Then example, sunflower, pumpkin. Then pigments present in petals give them different colors. Okay, here you can see different colors of plants. இப்போ பாரு, ஒவ்வொரு ஃப்ளவருமே attractive colorsல இருக்கு இல்லையா? So the pigments present in the petals gives the colors to the flowers. Then next one, plants which are pollinated by the moth and bats have less fragrance and have colorless petals. Example, mango, banana, guava, jasmine, etc. The following table gives the names of the pigment present in the petals. One tabular column is given there. You see, if the petal is red, pink, blue and purple, petal oda color வந்து red, pink, blue and purple colorல இருந்ததுன்னா அந்த pigment உடைய நேம் வந்து anthocyanin. Pigment உடைய நேம் வந்து anthocyanin. Then yellow color, orange color. இப்போ yellow, orangeல இருக்கு இல்லையா? இந்த மாதிரி petals இந்த கலர்ஸ்ல இருந்ததுன்னா இதுல வந்து carotenoids pigments இருக்கு. இப்போ yellow color, orange color flowers இருந்ததுன்னா இதுல என்ன pigment இருக்கு அப்படின்னா carotenoids. Then green color இருந்ததுன்னா chlorophyll, isn't it? Why the leaves are in green color? Because chlorophyll is present in the leaf. Green color அப்படின்னா the pigment chlorophyll is present. Okay, that's all about that is You keep it in your mind. Red, pink, blue, purple. If the petals are in red, pink, blue and purple color, the anthocyanin is present. Then if the petals are yellow and orange in color, carotenoids is present. Then if it is green in color, chlorophyll is present. Okay. Then Kurinji flower, you might have learnt in Tamil, Kurinji flower, 12 வருடங்களுக்கு ஒரு முறை பூக்கும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி படிச்சிருப்பீங்க இல்லையா? So that one is Kurinji flower that is found in Nilgiris. Okay, then that blooms once in 12 years, that's all. Then it is in blue color, that is Neela Kurinji. Then activity 1 is given here. Take a hibiscus flower or a rose flower. Hibiscus is easy for you, so you take that one, and you can display the parts like sepal, petal, gynoecium and androecium in a chart paper and note down its color and shape. It is easiest one. You can display this one. Each part you have to display and you have to mention the color and its shapes. Okay. Then next one is pollination. Next one is pollination. Next one is pollination. Pollination is the process by which the transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma. Okay, that process is called pollination. Now, then pollination is the first important event in the development of fruit and seeds, isn't it? Then pollination. If pollination, fertilization. Okay, so the first step is pollination. Okay, pollination is the first. Okay, 2 types of pollination takes place in the flowering plants, that are self-pollination and cross-pollination. Self-pollination and cross-pollination. So now textbook program self-pollination and cross-pollination. For self-pollination, the transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of the same flower is called self-pollination. Cross-pollination, the transfer of pollen grains from the stigma of one flower to the transfer of pollen grains from the here it is given, yes, the transfer of pollen grains from the stigma of one flower to the stamen of the another flower of the same species. One species la transfer agradha cross pollination. Okay, now the transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of the flower is called pollination. That is common. Self-pollination, the transfer of pollen grains from the stigma of the flower to the stigma to the pollination is the first important event in the development of fruit, and pollination is followed by fertilization. First pollination then it is followed, then fertilization will take place, isn't it? Now, the transfer of pollen grains from the anther of a flower to the stigma of the same flower. The transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of the same flower is called self-pollination. Then the transfer of pollen grains of the flower to the stigma of another flower of a different plant of the same species is called cross-pollination. Okay. Now, the picture is given here in your book. For a transfer of pollen grains, idhil irukra pollen grains idhil irukkudiya stigma okke pochuna, that is called self-pollination. For kuduthirukanga, a pistil of the same flower collects pollen. Then here cross-pollination. Cross-pollination, here the pollen from the stamen sticks to the bee and it visits a flower to collect food. The next one, pollen on the bee sticks to the pistil of the flower on the another plant. The bee travels to the, sorry, that one is third one. Now the second one is the bees travels to the another plant of the same type. Travels to the another plant of the same type, and that bees, that pollen on the bee sticks to the pistil of the flower. That one is that is called the cross pollination. Now, in self pollination, seeds produce weak plants and new varieties of plants cannot be produced. But in cross pollination, seeds produce good plants and new varieties of plants can be produced. Pollination takes place through different agents. Pollination is different agents take place. That is by wind, by animals, by birds, then by waters, by insects, like that. Now we shall see about pollination by wind. Pollination by wind is anemophily. Anemophily. Then pollination by water, hydrophily. Hydrophily. Then insects. Entomophily. Entomophily, and by birds. Ornithophily. Ornithophily. Now, these are the agents we are going to study now. First we shall see pollination by wind. Pollination by wind. The pollination by wind is anemophily. Pollination by wind is anemophily. Here the flowers pollinated by wind are mostly small in size and do not have any attractive color. And do not have any attractive color, smell and nectar. The pollen grains are non-sticky, dry, light and powdery. அதில் இந்த ஃப்ளார்ஸ் இப்போ விண்டு மூலியமாக பாலினேஷன் நடக்குது இல்லையா, அந்த போலன் கிரெயின்ஸ்லாம் ரொம்ப லைட்டாக இருக்கும். பவுடரின்னு தூள், அதாவது பறக்கும், காற்றுல பறக்கிற அளவுக்கு ரொம்ப லைட்டாக இருக்கும். தென் hence they are easily carried by wind. Example, grass, maize, pine. Grass, maize and pine. In these plants the pollination will take place by wind. Now next one is pollination by water, that is hydrophily. Pollination by water, that is called hydrophily. Now the flowers of water plants are not colorful. Water plants il irukkudiya flowers la it is not colorful and they have no nectar. Adula nectar irukadu. Pollen grains of these plants have mucilaginous covering to protect them from getting wet. தண்ணியிலே இருக்கிறதுனால அந்த pollen grains எல்லாம் ஈராகாத மாதிரி இருக்கிறதுக்காக it protects the pollen grains by a mucilaginous covering. Then they float in water and reach to the another plant, that is other plant. Example, Wallisneria, Hydrilla and Zosteria. Wallisneria, Hydrilla, these are water plants. So the pollination will take place by water. That pollination by water is called hydrophily. Then next we are going to see about pollination by insects. Pollination by insects na இந்த பூக்கள்ல மேல போய் உட்கார்றதுல insects அதனுடைய கால்ல வந்து அந்த pollen grains ஒட்டிக்கும். அது போய் நெக்ஸ்ட் அந்த வேற ஃப்ளார்ல போய் உட்கார்றப்போ அந்த pollen grains வந்து அதுல வந்து அந்த பிஸ்டல்ல போய் படும். அது there the fertilization through that by that the fertilization pollination will take place and the fertilization will take place in this process. Now the flowers are this is the most common type of pollination in plants. like sunflower, lady's finger, brinjal and pumpkin. Sunflower, lady's finger, brinjal and pumpkin. Then some flowers are large in size and they have sweet smell. Some of these flowers produce nectar. They attract insects like butterflies and honeybees. Now, you can see that in your book the pictures were given how through the wind the pollen grains are transferred, and how the water the pollen grains are transferred, and how by the wind by the insects the pollen grains are transferred. Then one more is the transfer of pollen grains by the birds. Birds மூலமா பரவுது இல்லையா, அது வந்து ஆர்னித்தோஃபில்லி அப்படின்னு சொல்லி சொல்லுவாங்க. ஆர்னித்தோஃபில்லி. Then fruit bats, hummingbirds and ants may also act as pollinating agents. Pollination by birds is known as ornithophilia. Now, activity 2 is given here. No, classify the plants based on pollination methods. Here, some plants are given: Vallisneria, Hydrilla, sunflower, grass, brinjal, maize, and pumpkin are given here. You have to classify and write here which plants are hydrophily, which are entomophily, which that is based on pollination. Which plants the pollination takes place by hydrophily, pollination takes place by entomophily, anemophily. Like that, you have to classify and write. This is the homework for you. Okay. Then remaining things we shall see it in the next class. That is the next one. We completed pollination. The next step is fertilization. So you have to read this one and do this activity 2. Okay, this one is homework for you. Page number 86. You have to write activity 2. That is simple homework only. You do and read one time this one. If you read only, you can understand, and next process fertilization you can understand. Okay. Dhanyavad to all.